mark, and he's not alone. There's so many horses. I like the chance of Rattling Rose a little bit. I just think he's a bit of a Sandown specialist who, when he ran last time, he gave the impression to me at least that maybe he had one eye on this race. You know, like priming him for this race. Yeah.
22s into 12s, theatre guide.
Yeah.
And money for Houblon des Obeaux as well, who, together with Tenor Nivernais, is being backed for Venetia Williams. Now, she is the past master at pulling off races like this.
Well, you can, again, the horses have not been at their best, particularly Tenor Nivernais, but the Venetia Williams yard is in better form than it's been all year, and they both extremely well treated on fairly recent form. Le Rêve was a very good horse. I mean, he's had a lot of time off, but that was a good horse not that long ago. The horse whose favourite is a slightly different angle. That hasn't had much racing, but it's a bit more likely race than one or two of these, and he ran very well behind Loose Chips last time out, and has got a fairly big pull on the weights.
Yeah, the whole bunch of them in that race, the qualifier for this run here at the November meeting, and Rock Gone bids to complete a double on the card for the owner Chris Stedman, who struck with a Gary Moore trained Darabin earlier on. Rock Gone is trained by Richard Newland, who's got a couple in the race. He also saddles Band of Blood, who's ridden by the Tolworth hurdle hero Tom O'Brien. I get the case for Le Rêve completely, and for Henlon Harry, who won the Bet 365 last year.
Yeah, completely. I can absolutely see that. I can see that there'd been, I think there had been a little bit of money for On Tour. I can see like that. I think he ran like the race was needed last time out, and I suspect he'll be spot on today. Bishop's Road, if he put in a good round of jumping, could run okay, although the yard's been pretty quiet recently. That would be a slight worry.
Bywise in On Tour's colours, carrying the first colours. He won the race last year under a brilliant ride from Leighton Aspel. He runs off roughly the same mark under Adam Wedge with Leighton Aspel injured. And if he gets a similar ride, he's got some sort of a squeak. And we have to mention Pete the Feet, because he is 15 and he is the veteran of all veterans. And he won this race as a veteran 2 years ago at 13.
Yeah, and he's won 3 horses in the race. You've won 3 times over the track, and yeah, he's an absolute star. The other thing we've got virtually guaranteed here is a strong pace. There are several out-and-out prom races from Loose Chips and 3 or 4 others, so we should go a really good gallop.
Well, if Tenor Nivernais is on a going day, he will be drilled to the front, and he could be quite some sight if he's in full flight.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, he's a complete front runner, and again, his best is extremely well handicapped. He has been struggling lately, hasn't he?
He has, but like so many of them who have been struggling and have been class act of old, they find themselves in an advantageous place potentially as regards the handicapper's assessment of them. They are coming out onto the course for what is certainly the most intriguing race of the day, even though we've seen plenty of these horses, and that's one of the beauties of it. It's the final of the Unibet Veteran Series, £100,000, and to call them home, 17 for you this time, Simon Holt.
Just trotting away from the starter, ready to make an approach. And there could be a huge amount of pace on here in the early stages as they run downhill to the first fence. The likes of Loose Chips always likes to be on the front end. King's Lad could be up there. Tenor Nivernais can go off quickly. Henlon Harry might not be far away. So here we go for the 2019 renewal of this Unibet Veterans Handicap Chase Final. Coming forward, and they're off. So starting off downhill, Bishop's Road is restrained out the back. Loose Chips is away well. King's Lad on his outside. Tenor Nivernais and Rock Gone is very handy as well. Jumping fence number 1, and a bold jump from Loose Chips there. Blunder at the back from Bishop's Road in last place, and about to swing into the back straight. Loose Chips going as usual, good early gallop here at Sandown. 3 lengths or so to Tenor Nivernais, King's Lad and Rock Gone. Then behind these is Pete the Feet towards the inside of Exitas as they jump the first down the back. Further back is Rattling Rose, Houblon des Obeaux, the outside, racing between them Henlon Harry, then Le Rêve clearing another plain fence at which Exitas made a mistake. Further back in the field on the outside of Le Rêve was Halo Moon, and then Bywise, last year's winner, jumping an open ditch, and they're all safely over. Towards the rear, Theatre Guide with Coldtram Abbey also on tour. Band of Blood is second last, and last of all is Bishop's Road. Loose Chips has got them well strung out, jumping the net. next. Loose Chips bounces over from Tenor Nivernais in second place on the inside of King's Lad, and then Rock Gone towards the outside in the striped sleeves. They're tracked by Old Pete the Feet, the 15-year-old, Oublon des Obeaux and Exitas, jumping the first of the railway fences. Rathlin Rose is on the inside, out wide in the green sleeves is Henlon Harry, even wider is Coltram Abbey as they jump the next. And back beyond the midfield, Le Rêve with On Tour, Theatre Guy, Band of Blood, Bishop's Road is at the back of the field as they cleared the last in the back straight. So now about to run right-handed, and Loose Chips by 3 or 4 lengths to Tenor Nivernais, King's Lad and Rock Gone, and they are clear as they make this long run now to the pond fence. They are clear of Pete the Feet back in 5th place. Exitas is in 6th, and then Oublon des Obeaux. Rathlin Rose on the inside of Le Rêve in the yellow and blue jacket. Henlon Harry is out wide of Halo Moon. Back on the inside behind Rathlin Rose is Bywise in a red cap, and then On Tour in the same ownership going very wide now. Bishop's Road making some headway, followed by Theatre Guide as they clear the pond fence. Band of Blood is the back marker, and Coltram Abbey was rather slow at that and drops to second last and gets a reminder. Into the home straight, still over a circuit to go. Loose Chips by 3 lengths coming to the next plain fence from Rock Gone, and close up Tenor Nivernais on the far side. King's Lad remains handy as well. Oublon des Obeaux, red jacket out wide of Exitas, and then Pete the Feet. They're followed by Rathlin Rose towards the inside as they jump the open ditch, followed by Bywise and Le Rêve. Out wide of these then Henlon Harry towards the back with On Tour, Halo Moon trying to advance a little. Band of Blood, Theatre Guide, Coltram Abbey and Bishop's Road. The field are better grouped than they were. Loose Chips maybe being given a small breather by Paul O'Brien. Loose Chips by a couple of lengths now to Rock Gone, and bunching up behind into this next right-hand turn with going up on the outside Oublon des Obeaux, and wider out is Henlon Harry, past winner of the Bet365 Gold Cup round here, starting off down the hill on their final circuit in the Veterans Final. Loose Chips from Oublon des Obeaux and Henlon Harry. Tenor Nivernais back on the inside then from King's Lad as they head down towards this next plain fence. The field getting a little strung out once again. Coming into it, Loose Chips by a couple of lengths to Oublon des Obeaux, and then Rock Gone just behind Henlon Harry. They're followed up the inside by Tenor Nivernais. Theatre Guide is making ground on the outside of King's Lad, and then Exitas. In the midfield, Rathlin Rose, Halo Moon, Bishop's Road moving up a little, followed by Pete the Feet, who's lost a few places, jumping the first down the back. Good bold jump by the leader, Loose Chips, onto another plain fence. Loose Chips by a couple of lengths to Oublon des Obeaux. Rock Gone rather hit that in 3rd. Henlon Harry 4th, and then Exitas. Theatre Guide continues to improve from Pete the Feet, getting back on terms again, and a good jump from Pete the Feet there. Followed then by Bywise and Rathlin Rose and Halo Moon, as dropping back now is Tenor Nivernais. A gap to On Tour as they continue now halfway down the back straight, and Loose Chips challenged by Oublon des Obeaux. And Oublon des Obeaux takes over in the hands of Charlie Deutsch. Rock Gone handy. Bywise getting into it. Last year's winner. Yellow sleeves, red cap. Just in behind the leaders as they jump the first of the railway fences. Rathlin Rose on the inside, pulling up his King's Lad. Theatre Guide is out wide. Then Exitas jumping the next. Halo Moon, Pete the Feet ridden on landing. The last in the back straight. Oublon des Obeaux leads the way by a couple of lengths, and Deutsch looking round for dangers. In second, Loose Chips on the inside of Rock Gone, and Oublon des Obeaux is kicking away. Bywise back in 4th, then Theatre Guide.
Coming into line at Cork for the 305. Off on Radio Cork will be there shortly.
As they make the run back towards the pond fence, and Oublon des Obeaux in his pomp, nearly Gold Cup class, leads the way. Now 12 years old. Oublon des Obeaux is clear in the final, chased by Rock Gone and last year's winner Bywise, who couldn't finish off strongly. Then Loose Chips and Theatre Guide Guide, and Rathlin, Rose and Exitas. 3 out, Oublon des Obeaux went through the top, but he's got 6 or 7 lengths on the field, and Deutsch is looking round again for dangers. Rock Gone and Bywise giving chase, then Loose Chips and Theatre Guide rounding the turn, and here's 2 out, Oublon des Obeaux safely over. Bywise now beginning to run on in second place, trying to win it for the second year running. Back then to Rock Gone, heading to the last. Bywise is closing down Oublon des Obeaux over the last. Oublon des Obeaux by 3. Oh, Bywise takes a crashing fall at the last when just beginning to close, and Oublon des Obeaux is left well clear, racing up towards the line. Oublon des Obeaux rolling back the years to win the Veterans Final. Clear of Theatre Guide in second place. Third is On Tour. Rock Gone was fourth. They were followed by Loose Chips and Exitas.
Oublon des Obeaux, Venetia Williams, Charlie Deutsch, Land the Veterans Chase at